I mean, me, it's part of my character originally. I mean, because that's the way that it used to work. But for him, it got serious. He started off with drinking, and then he moved to the reefer. And I don't even know what to name the things that I saw him do after that. All I know is he didn't even know who he was after a while. He started trying to fight us. He started trying to fight the press. People would come up to his door to ask him how he was, and he would just spring out with some kind of weapon and just try to attack us. We tried to get the law to arrest him for his own good. He paid him off. I don't even know how he did that. Things like that just worked back then. I mean, I see things now where it's like, star hits a person, then they just resume being a star. I mean, I assume it's kind of the same. But, yeah, he just sort of paid him off. Times weren't all bad. We made a lot of money. We had a lot of fun. We made a lot of films. But damn, he just got carried away. I mean, there was one day I found him on my doorstep, naked, curled up in the ball, and I asked him what he was doing there, and he looked up at me, and he said, "That's my hat." He just pointed at the hat. It was on my head, and I tried to hug him, and he just bit me, and he just ran out the door. He just ran back out, naked into the night. Nude as a damn jaybird. You tell me, what does that to a man? I mean, I could attribute it to the fact that he's a drifter, sure. I mean, we picked him up for mysterious circumstances. He may or may not have been as old as me. But I raised him like a son. And I can't help but feel like I went wrong somewhere. Well, we kept going the way that we were for a long time. I mean, because we stopped living in the same apartment after about a year. We realized that was a bad idea, and we had enough money. We were making thousands of dollars off our films. And so, I mean, we could get pretty much any place we wanted to. And, well, Gator had his own place, and that was part of the problem. We used to have one of us go over there and watch him sometimes. And he, honestly, around 43, there was a time where I went over to his house. And I'm not entirely certain what he'd been doing, but the house just smelled terrible. I found him in the bathroom wearing women's clothing with a toilet that looked like it had not been flushed in weeks, and just smoke filling the room. And I just couldn't help myself. I told him to stop. I'd grabbed him, I'd shaken him, I'd told him to stop. I just laid into him. I just tore him apart. I just stood there over top of this man and just hit him. I tied him to his bed. I left him there. And I made sure that he wasn't doing anything. For a week's time, I made sure he was off. I cleaned out his house. I had a repo crew come and just tear everything down, buy him all new stuff. He was clean. I was certain that he was clean. But then we get to the real bad times. It was around 47. I'm about. We tried doing the first talking film that we had. I mean, at that time, well, I mean, you know how people are. We like talking. Started off with moving pictures, then moving pictures with sound, then talking moving pictures with music behind it. Nobody believed that was going to do anything. Why the hell did we have to believe that was going to work? And so we got coaxed into it, and we made our first film, and it was called Top Hats in Trouble. And well, something we never really thought about building up to that time was what our voices would sound like to other people. I mean, we talked to each other and we were fine with it. Gator had a bit of a rasp to his voice, and people didn't like it. People let him know that they didn't like it. Between critics and bricks thrown at his house and calls from vocal professionals telling him that they want to give him talking lessons. And he just started to break down. I mean, we tried 3 films past that. We tried Lazy Leprechaun, where we just tried to play off his look and his sound. We tried Raspy Redman, which was a film about a therapist who didn't, his therapy job didn't work because his voice was so funny. And we tried Blues McHenry, which was the 3rd film, where it was about a blues singer whose voice was raspy. And I mean, feel kind of to blame, because at that point I did some of the writing, and well, like I said, I tried to play off his raspy voice just to make it seem normal, or make it seem like that's what should be funny, but people just didn't deal with it very well. People got up and walked out of theaters. And our films, I mean, we still got that initial purchase, but we were losing money off of Gator's voice. And Gator was losing his mind.